The big lie. You've been lied to. Science and the occult aren't enemies. They're just two drunk roommates pretending they don't hook up when the lights go out. We're told science is all lab coats and test tubes, rational, logical, and the occult? That's for lunatics waving crystals and whispering to moonlight. But here's the twist. Both are obsessed with the same damn thing, understanding how reality works. They just use different costumes. The word occult literally means hidden. Not satanic, not crazy. Hidden. And what does science do when it discovers something new? It reveals what was hidden. So from the start, they've been playing the same game. Only one got a Netflix deal, and the other got burned at the stake. And let's be real. If you tell someone you meditate with crystals, they'll laugh. But call it vibrational therapy and throw in a Harvard study, suddenly you're enlightened. We're not attacking science. We're saying it's been cherry-picking ancient practices, slapping on a lab label, and pretending it invented them. Here's the deal. This video isn't about picking a side. It's about showing you that maybe, just maybe, both sides are pieces of the same cosmic puzzle. One side speaks Latin, the other wears a lab coat. But both want the same answer. What the hell is going on in this universe? And if that question doesn't keep you up at night, you're probably not curious enough. Let's rip this fake wall down. You've been lied to. Science and the occult aren't enemies. They're just two drunk roommates pretending they don't hook up when the lights go out. We're told science is all lab coats and test tubes, rational, logical. And the occult? That's for lunatics waving crystals and whispering to moonlight. But here's the twist. Both are obsessed with the same damn thing, understanding how reality works. They just use different costumes. The word occult literally means hidden. Not evil, not woo-woo, just hidden. And what does science do when it discovers something new? It uncovers what was hidden. See the overlap? It's not a coincidence. The real split happened when Western society decided that only things you can measure in a lab matter. Everything else? Trash. Except now, surprise, science is proving things mystics said centuries ago. Meditation rewires your brain. Rituals affect your mindset. The observer changes the experiment. Sound familiar? Here's the kicker. Modern science is raiding the occult's closet and acting like it invented the wardrobe. Take manifestation. In the occult, that's Magick 101. In science, it's the placebo effect and cognitive bias. Same idea. Different branding. We're not here to bash either side. We're here to point out that they've been secretly holding hands under the table. The occult asks, why does it feel this way? Science asks, how does it work? Combine the two, and you don't just know, you understand. If you've ever felt like reality is weirder than anyone admits, stick around. The wall between science and magic isn't real. It's manufactured. Let's tear that sucker down, brick by brick. Ready to question everything? Who divided the house? Let's talk about the breakup. Science and the occult weren't always bitter exes. In fact, they started off cuddling in the same bed. Alchemists, astrologers, philosophers, they were all trying to decode the universe. Isaac Newton, the guy who gave us gravity, he spent more time on alchemy than physics. No joke. So what happened? Organized religion got uncomfortable. Anything that smelled like personal power or hidden knowledge was labeled heresy. You think burning witches was about broomsticks? Nah, it was a PR campaign to keep knowledge centralized, church approved, or it didn't exist. Then came the Enlightenment, the Age of Reason. Science got a glow-up. Suddenly, logic was king, and anything mystical was tossed into the trash. The church was sidelined, but so was magic. Irony, right? The real kicker? This wasn't a natural evolution. It was engineered. Power structures don't like people thinking for themselves. Occult practices are all about inner authority. Science? Ideally, it's neutral. But in the hands of institutions, it becomes just another tool for control. They built a wall. One side said, if you can't measure it, it doesn't exist. The other said, some things are real because we feel them. And instead of merging those views, boom, intellectual divorce. Now we're stuck with half a map. Here's the fallout. People now treat science like a religion, untouchable, absolute, while mocking ancient wisdom like it's fantasy cosplay. That's not evolution. That's cultural amnesia. You want the whole truth? You've got to stop choosing sides. Science without spirit is sterile. Magic without reason is chaos. But fused together, you get a complete toolkit for decoding reality and maybe even hacking it. Same tools, different spells. Let's break a taboo. Science and magic use the same damn methods. You think rituals are weird? Replace the robes and candles with a lab coat and a clipboard, and suddenly it's empirical research. Rituals are just structured actions designed to create predictable outcomes. That's literally what a scientific experiment is. Test conditions, control variables, execute, observe, repeat. Sound familiar? Take chaos magic. You create a sigil, focus intense emotional energy into it, then forget about it to let your subconscious chew on it in the background. That's not hocus pocus. That's psychology. It's neural priming. You're hacking your own perception filters, just without the sterile lab decor. The occult has always been about using symbols, repetition, belief systems, and altered states of consciousness to create change. Modern psychology calls that cognitive reframing, behavioral conditioning, and neuroplasticity. Same principles, just wearing different costumes. Meditation and breathwork? Those were once hippie nonsense. Now they're doctor-recommended tools for reducing anxiety, boosting focus, and even repairing trauma. Did modern medicine invent this stuff? Hell no. It finally just stopped laughing long enough to run some studies. And manifestation, the most misunderstood tool in the box. People either swear by it or mock it. But it's not fairy dust. It's mental programming, goal setting, reticular activating system in action. The brain literally filters reality to match what it thinks is important. Magic isn't forcing the universe. It's aligning your mind so you can spot the damn doors when they open. Here's the gag. If you slap the word magic on it, people tune out. Replace it with cognitive behavioral feedback loop optimization, and you've got a job at Google. See the trick yet? Science and magic aren't enemies. They're estranged siblings who forgot they grew up in the same house. One's obsessed with how things work. The other cares about why they matter. Together, they give you a full-spectrum toolkit to not just survive in this bizarre universe, but to shape it. You've got two toolboxes. Why are you only using one? Why you shouldn't pick a side? So here we are, science on one side, magic on the other, and both pretending they're not secretly swapping notes behind the scenes. The truth, you don't have to pick a side. That's the old game. That's division by design. Science gives us structure. Magic gives us meaning. One is the map. The other is the compass. If you're only using one, you're either wandering in circles or marching confidently into walls. Throughout history, the real visionaries didn't choose. They fused. Pythagoras was a mathematician and a mystic. Da Vinci sketched flying machines and studied sacred geometry. Tesla got downloads from the universe. These people weren't weird. They were complete. We're not saying ditch logic. We're saying expand it. Use science to test your beliefs. Use magic to push the boundaries of what science hasn't caught up to yet. Use both. Break the system, rebuild it on your terms. Because if you're only seeing through one eye, you're missing half the picture. And reality is too damn strange to settle for a limited view. Smash the wall. Think for yourself. Explore both toolboxes. Like the video, hit subscribe, and keep questioning everything.